Tahj, Lilly, and Saara, the stars of Muppets Mayhem. It's great to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
Thanks. So there's a lot of talk in the show about being super fans of something. So I want to know, going into this project, were you super fans of the Muppets?
I mean, I like specifically not the band, but Moog taught me otherwise. Playing Moog taught me otherwise. Obviously I was a fan of all Muppets, but I didn't really get to see the band get screen time like they do in this show.
Right.
Really, I had no idea how awesome they really were. But yeah, definitely I was a super fan. I think Gonzo,
Mm.
who else? All of them, man. Kermit.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give
No, there's
you
no
a really,
wrong answer.
really honest answer. My answer is a hard no, only because I wasn't too familiar. And I give you this answer because my journey from saying no, I wasn't too familiar, so like yeah, they're cool, but I wasn't a super fan, to now I will fight someone over them. Like that evolution of mine happened very quickly. Now I can say I am an immense super fan, and they're like my family. These Muppets are my family, and I will
That's
fight
great.
people for them. I will
No.
literally fight people.
Yeah.
I will protect them till I die.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they are mine.
Yes.
No, but like I think all of us had some interaction. Like it's hard to move throughout the world without
Right.
crossing
Right.
paths with the Muppets
Sure.
world at some point or another. But then once you step into it and you actually work with them, I think that's something that you'll never step out of. I just like I can't imagine ever, not wanting to live in this beautiful world of mayhem that is our show.
It's definitely like a patch, like for
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
jean jacket
yeah.
or something. If
Yeah.
Tattooed on my heart.
if your
forever.
life had patches, this would definitely be a patch.
Can any of us truly say that for the Electric Mayhem we were super fans? Because no one has ever gotten a chance
No.
to get to know them.
This is the
That's what I
first
said.
time.
No.
we get to
I only
see
met-
each
yeah.
Right.
other.
This is like a first time that everyone, including us, are going to get to know these characters.
Right. And you're kind of in an interesting role in this series where, like you say, the main members of the Electric Mayhem haven't been the main characters of a series or a movie before. You're
Yeah.
kind of also the co-leads with them, but also often playing straight man to their wackiness. So what was that like, kind of trying to strike that balance?
It was actually a lot of fun. Honestly, the hardest part is because sometimes you do have to play the straight man next to them, is not to crack up because they're so funny.
Yeah.
Like I think, and you've talked about this, but not only are the Muppet performers just talented and really good at the technicalities, but they're so comedically brilliant. Like they're great at improv. They're great at just pulling out things out of anywhere.
And they could improv without even speaking. It can be. I
right.
think a lot of the. I think the cool thing about the show is it's got so much rewatch quality to it.
Rewatchability.
Rewatchability.
Oh, sure.
Because you're gonna see things. There were a lot of scenes where stuff is going on in the background that's like just for some laughs.
This is Easter eggs.
But it's not like part of the scene really, but it's just its own little thing in the background. And those to me were my favorite. There's one with Animal that we were doing, and like there's a whole scene happening, but we have our own scene going on back here. So it's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
think
seen the
it's-
show and I'm not even sure what you're referring to. So I'm obviously going to have to go back and
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, go watch it over and over and over again. May 10th, all episodes.
Yeah, stream.
Stream.
Yes, everybody watch it multiple times. Is there a particular member of the band that each of you kind of relate to the most?
Relate to. This is actually interesting. I don't even know if you guys know this. Now that I think about it. So the character I play, Nora, who is the music exec, who has the younger sister, who is Hannah. In real life, that is my sister, and in real life, I am Hannah. So
Okay.
in real life, my older sister really helped raise me. I became kind of like an influencer online, and she took care of me. So I'm actually playing my real life sister in this movie.
That's crazy.
And I am now talking to Hannah. So it's really given me a perspective of how my sister might have felt. So I'm going to say, in terms of relatability, I really relate to Hannah sometimes because I've
Okay.
lived that experience in real life.
Yeah, I think the whole aspect of sisterhood is really relatable. Like I play a younger sister on the show, and I'm also a younger sister in real life. I'm the youngest of three, but yeah, like being able to portray a journey of what it means to be a sibling, what it means to be a sister. Janice plays a really beautiful role in our storyline of sisterhood. And this is a moment where you get to see that real story of the background of these characters that we've never seen before, because you get to see into Janice's life and her story and her experiences. And so I think that was really, really beautiful. Just to be able to play characters that were relatable in that sense, and that go through real life journeys in the same way that we all do.
Yeah. And I think with Moog specifically, I feel like a lot of people will be able to relate to him because he spends a lot of the show trying to get a specific someone to notice him and to see see him how he wants her to see him. And I think that we've all gone through that, right? Like being brave, it takes bravery, sometimes it takes patience. Like maybe they don't see you that way because you haven't given them enough time yet, you know? So like I think he's very relatable in that way. And just like, you know, he's got a plan and he wants to do it, and you have to watch the show obviously to see if he does it.
Yes.
I see you. I see you, just so you know. I see you.
Yeah, it is kind of distinct among Muppet projects because there is such an emphasis on the relationships of your characters as well as your characters with the Muppets.
Yeah, and I think the balance that our writers that were able to do, you've got everything in each episode. You've got your Muppet storylines, you've got your human interaction, you've got human storylines, you've got crossover storylines. It's just everything.
And I just 100 and also say that all of us have had a really real conversation being stressed because we're like, people want to see the Muppets. We're well aware, for everyone watching this, we're well aware. People want to see the Muppets and they don't want the show to be entirely about us. And so we're really stressed about like, I hope that the Muppets fans will watch a show and get what they want out of it. And I think there is a really good balance of that. We're like, the Muppets are the stars. We're well aware. They're number 1 through 6 on the call sheet, and it should be. You know, it is about them, but we're just there to like kind of compliment what's already so great.
Right. Well, there's a lot of music in the show. Do you have any specific favorite music moments that you're at liberty to talk about?
I mean,
we can talk about it. Like they made a whole album with
a whole album,
and you can like listen to it the second the show comes out. But there were so many magical moments when it came to that album. Like they were doing their own original music. They were doing covers of iconic artists and bands that, you know, they love or were influenced by, that they influenced, you know, like it was really special.
A cool moment for me was getting to hear like some of their recordings from like how it was sounding, you know, and I was like,
what people don't understand is like our job is actually like super easy.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're on set, they're doing the performances, they're holding their arm up for hours,
they're singing.
And we didn't even know. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, I didn't even know they were making a whole album. And when I saw it,
I didn't.
I literally had to hit up the group chat and be like, y'all made an entire album during this thing. Like that's major applause to them. Like that is a lot of effort and talent on their part.
Right. All right. Well, thanks so much for speaking with me. As we wrap up, is there any last message you'd like to relay to the Muppets?
Disney Plus, Disney Plus stream. Once you finish, watch it again, and then you can do it again after that.
Get your subscription.
Sounds great.
Hope you heard all that.